A New Jersey state trooper is under investigation right now for opening fire on 3 unarmed teenagers. 48 Hours Crimesider reporter Julia Dahl is here with me to talk about this. So, Julia, take us through the case. What happened?
So the New Jersey Attorney General announced today that they've opened an investigation into an off-duty state trooper who shot at 3 young men, ages 18 and 19, who had knocked at his door around 1:30 a.m. Early Sunday morning. The teens apparently mistook his house for their friend's house. The friend lived next door. And according to the Attorney General's office, the teens knocked at the door and the trooper came downstairs armed with a handgun. The trooper and the teens spoke through the door, and then the teens turned to leave.
But there was a confrontation afterwards.
Right. So the trooper apparently followed them. The teens left the house to get into their car, and according to our local affiliate, they saw a laser light in the darkness, the kind that would emit from a firearm scope, exactly. And the street was a cul-de-sac, so they got into the car, but once they got in, they had to turn around and go past the house in order to leave. When they turned to go past the house, the trooper tried to stop them from leaving and then fired 3 shots into the car. No one was struck, but one of the bullets did hit the car, and a little while later the boys stopped, called 911. They were actually taken into custody briefly. Their statements were taken. So far, no charges have been filed on either side.
What is the status of this trooper? Is he still on duty?
The state police won't comment on whether he's on duty or any part of the case, but the Attorney General does have a team investigating the shooting. One of the things they're looking into is whether or not he identified himself as a state trooper. He reportedly says he did. The boys, the teens say he didn't. The trooper also told police that he thought the teens were trying to enter his home.
But they knocked. Isn't that what you do when you are approaching
going
somebody?
to a friend's party?
If you're going to go through somebody's window, that's a different story. But if you're knocking on the door, ringing the doorbell, which is what I think they're for, that's his defense. He thought they were trying to break into his house.
Right. I mean, it's a good question whether or not this kind of shooting will be justified. I spoke with a New Jersey criminal defense attorney, Tim Farrow, and he said that in New Jersey there are 2 main self-defense statutes. So you can legally defend your property with force if someone is intruding into your home, but in this case, neither the teens nor the trooper were actually in the home at the time of the shooting. You can also defend yourself with force if you feel like you're in imminent danger of death or bodily harm. But again, according to the Attorney General, the teens were driving when the trooper fired, so unless he thought they were armed or that they were about to run him over, that doesn't seem like it would cover this incident. And incidentally, according to New Jersey police policy, police, so on-duty police, should only fire their weapon at a moving vehicle as a last resort and if they think there's imminent danger to themselves or someone else. So, of course, this officer was off duty at the time, which means he didn't necessarily have to follow department policy, but it's just sort of one more problem.
Like you should know better, maybe? All right, well, continue to follow this story for us. Thank you so much, Julia.
Thank you.
You can continue to follow this and other stories at our Crimesider website. That is CBS News/Crimesider.